appreciating all your papers and presentation. So back at the University of Rwanda, I am the product development at Grid Innovation Incubation Hub. And it's an innovation and incubation hub where we have programs to support students who have business ideas to translate them into a venture business company. Yes, my background is in business. I have a bachelor's degree in entrepreneurship and business management and an MBA where I specialized in entrepreneurship for impact. So to be here, really, it's amazing. I can say I have so many takeaways. Yes, and your projects are in ocean data. Back at home, we don't have an ocean. Yes, but there's so many we can do with collecting data. Yes, so I'm really, really happy to be here. Thanks, Professor Robin, and for everyone else. I can't wait. I was telling the team here over here that it's going to be so hard for the jury to select, yes, the best, but thank you and all the best. Yes. Yeah.
And just we'll have a few words from Jennifer as well. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm really happy to get this chance to maybe to appreciate what you're doing. So I'm called Jennifer Batamuliza. I'm the head of Data-Driven Incubation Hub and short professional courses at the University of Rwanda. We are here for a visit, and I've really liked what you're doing because it's connected to what I work in and also what I studied. I have PhD in data science, specializing in data mining, and then my bachelor and master's degrees in computer engineering, but in software engineering. So I'm really happy to be here, and I've really loved all the projects. So I was asking myself, which project is going to be the first one? Because to me, they all seem to be the best. So, so thank you so much, and it was nice meeting you. Thank you so much.
The ocean is not a quiet place. There's the sound of the seascape, the crashing of waves, rustling of wind, and cracking of polar ice. There's also the sound of life. Some fish grunt, others chirp or hum. Shrimps crackle, dolphins whistle, whales sing sophisticated songs. Sound is a key sensory signal in and an essential part of the ocean. Post-industrial revolution human activities have caused a 32-fold increase in ocean noise. This noise is disrupting these animals' environment and behavior. One example of the latter is that higher noise levels can reduce the ability of animals to communicate with potential mates, other group members, their offspring, or feeding partners. However, there are still large data gaps in marine noise pollution. At Citizen Sailors, we hope to contribute to this vital effort and to empower citizen scientists to fill the data gap with our innovation, Water Whisper. Our device consists of a hydrophone that monitors underwater sound and can be used to study marine animals, sounds, measure underwater noise, and monitor the impact of human activities on marine ecosystems.
The Water Whisper will be attached to a buoy, which can be deployed by recreational sailboat owners or yacht clubs. The data collected by the devices can be shared with marine biologists, oceanographers, environmental or governmental organizations to help deepen the understanding of the ocean. Citizen Sailors is committed to making the Water Whisper accessible to as many people as possible. Our product is affordable and easy to use, and we believe that it has the potential to democratize ocean research. The Water Whisper consists of 3 primary parts. The first one is a Raspberry Pi Pico for the processing of the measurements. Then we have a power supply system with a solar panel and a battery bank. And then the hydrophone itself that takes the actual measurements. The total cost of all of this will be around 2,700 kronor. and it should take less than 3 hours to assemble for a total beginner. The data collected by the device will automatically be transferred via data link to our website for easy analysis and data sharing. On our website, you can also read about citizen sailors and the team members, learn about the sensor and the challenges we face during the construction phase, read about how we treat the data according to fair data principles, and you can also learn how to build your own sensor via that detailed step-by-step guide. You can also read an extensive industry deep dive into the sailboat industry for further background, and most importantly, view and download fair data from the location that you desired, clearly depicted on the map, displaying all the data sources. We are thrilled to be part of the movement to protect and study our oceans, and we hope that you will join us in this effort. By monitoring underwater noise pollution with us, you can help raise awareness about its detrimental effects on marine ecosystems and be part of sustainable change. Until then, marine animals will have to continue trying to hear and be heard in a noisier ocean. Thank you.
I have a question. Yeah, or did you want to? Okay, no, sorry, you're eating. So, okay. No, that's fantastic. So I'm thinking about it's on the sailboat that's pulling it along, or how can you explain a little bit how it actually works?
No, so the buoy is stationary and it's deployed by either sailboat owners or yacht clubs in the areas that are close to them where they would normally sail. And this allows for continuous monitoring of when boats go by and changes in the soundscape. Yeah.
Ja, eller det går sådär. Gör det. Ja. Okej. Goda? Nej. Yeah.
Okay, big hand, yeah.
This one. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Today, we will tell you everything you need to know about our team and invention, the Fender Extender. Our purpose is to help fill the coastal data gap, and our invention is meant to help measure turbidity in marinas and along our coasts, places that satellites usually don't cover. Now, turbidity is of growing concern as it affects the general ocean and particularly the coastal well-being for all living things. For boat yards, it is concerning because their customers and themselves rely on the health of the oceans for their activities. We as humans are much to blame for this because of our industries and our lifestyles. And because we are part of the blame, we also need to be a part of the solution. Now, this isn't a problem we can solve overnight, but the key to solve any problem is to identify that there is one and the extent of it. And this is where we come in. By providing much needed data through citizen science, we hope to help scientists and researchers in this task to fill the gap.
Yeah, so why the Fender Extender?
we've identified 5 distinct practical advantages of mounting the sensor onto the fender. First, all boats have fenders. The fender is an easy place for installation. It gets the sensor in contact with the water. A fender is always used, making it convenient for a citizen scientist. And lastly, the fender is removed when a boat is moving and therefore also protecting the sensor.
Yeah, and one of the main advantages of our design is how simple it is to build. With just one wire and clip-on boards, it takes less than 1 minute to fully assemble the computer and connect it with the sensor. It takes only a few minutes to set up the Raspberry Pi, and then only a few more minutes to follow our detailed guide of how to start collecting data. And due to the compactness of our design, the casing can be small and quick to build.
Yeah, the casing is made of a plastic can sealed with silicone to make it watertight. And inside the container, the sensor and the Raspberry Pi and power bank are secured to a simple plastic rack to make sure nothing is moving around. The container can be made out of almost any plastic can you can find at home, and no advanced tools are needed. This makes it really easy for citizen scientists to contribute to the real purpose of this challenge, to collect data.
Yes, and all data collected by Fender extenders will be automatically uploaded via SSH to the Fender Extender Data Hub. On the platform, anyone can use our interactive map to select what data they want to access and simply click on a pin on the map. And then you can choose to download the data from that specific location, or you can download all the data.
Yeah, so finally we get to the website, which is the interface and gateway to the Fender extender. Here it is designed with an intuitive and minimalistic display to show you everything you need to know about our product. As you can see on the top here on the website, you can browse between our different sites. Here you will find everything from how to assemble the product, different use cases, as well as data collection and uploading. Our main goal here is to help citizens in creating and using their own Fender extender. Our products seamlessly create the opportunity to raise ocean awareness. And our hope is that together we can bridge the ocean data gap. Thank you for listening. This was the Fender extender.
So excluding the Raspberry Pi, it's about 600 to 800 crowns, and including the Raspberry Pi, depending on what price you get it from, it can cost everything everywhere from like 1,200 to 1,500 crowns.
Is there any particular, that you're targeting?
Yeah, so our main group is the boat yards, which we also have on the website at Deep Dive, where you can look into more information about.
Yeah, so our plan is like to utilize the boat yards to engage the boat owners that they have as customers. So basically using the boat yards as a gateway to reach a lot of boaters so they can put the sensors on their boats.
Okay, now we have two groups together, I believe. Okay.
Om jag börjar med Martin. Sen är det the Swedish archipelago, a place that's close to the hearts of many of us, a place of nostalgia where we have made countless memories with family and friends. The increasing temperature and turbidity levels in our ocean and archipelago are having a devastating effect on aquatic life.
As the water gets warmer, it can hold less oxygen, which is crucial for many marine species to survive. Additionally, higher level of turbidity can block sunlight and prevent photosynthesis, which is the primary source of food for many aquatic organisms.
BlueTech has developed a sensor that will make you, as a sailboat owner, part of the solution. This is Dragon. Dragon is put behind sailboats and will then collect important data on temperature and turbidity in the ocean whilst sailing. This data is very much needed for researchers working to understand and solve the challenges facing our oceans.
The Dragon is attached to the back of your boat using a mooring line, and it has a detachable waterproof box underneath where the sensor is stored. The modularity allows for easy swapping to other types of sensors if different data is desired. The cost of building Dragon is roughly 1,500 crowns, and its dimensions are 120 by 60 centimeters. It weighs around 5.4 kilograms, which makes it lightweight enough not to affect the sailing.
The modularity and spacious design of the Dragon makes it an exceptional data collector, offering loads of room for sensors and attachments. Its versatility allows for extensive customization, creating opportunities to cater to the specific needs and preferences of scientists. The prototype sensor that Dragon is equipped with captures turbidity and temperature data and seamlessly integrates it with time and position to provide precise and accurate data points. This way, scientists can effortlessly track and analyze their desired information.
Data collected from Dragon is promptly uploaded to a secure database, safeguarding valuable information from being lost at sea. To facilitate this process, an active script running on the Raspberry Pi transfers data to the cloud. This ensures seamless connectivity with Dragon, ability to live track data, and a reliable data transmission.
You will not only be able to track your journey and find the best temperatures and clearest waters on today's route, but you will also be doing something valuable with your family, as it involves everyone on board. We found that a core problem with engaging citizens in scientific research is the incentive structure. People might find it easier to get involved if they get something in return for their contribution.
And as we share our interest in closing the data gap with Robert and Moringo, a guest marina booking app, you will earn points in the Moringo app when carrying Dragon. So all you need to do is collect Dragon in your current marina, agree with the terms of the data collection, and carry it to the next marina affiliated with BlueTech. And after the sailing, you will be able to see the temperature and turbidity data on our website, as well as the locations where the sensor has taken measurements.
Yes, and we're aiming to create a network of platforms called Green Marinas, which can be described as an innovative and environmentally conscious marina that embraces sustainable practices. We give marinas an opportunity to earn a Chalmers certification of a green marina and connect to our network to work as a connection point between citizens and local marinas. And to become a green marina, you have to provide our service as well as having a good track record of sustainable practices.
We are also proud to be working with GQSS, which is one of the largest marinas in Gothenburg, to connect to us as our first green marina. While individuals have the option to construct Dragon by their own by following the instructions on our website, we have established a network of green marinas for easier accessibility. This approach guarantees the acquisition of accurate and reliable data, thanks to the support and infrastructure available through our marina network.
By carrying Dragon behind your sailboat, you'll be a part of the broad community of citizen scientists, a community with people worldwide who are engaged in environmental monitoring and collecting extensive data sets for scientific research, environmental awareness, and policy making. Your contribution will make a real difference to researchers today. And if you want to learn more about BlueTech or Dragon, you can take a look at our website. Collect Dragon for your next sailing adventure and contribute. Carry Dragon, carry the world.
Yeah, so the question was about the towing of the device behind the boat and if it's dangerous to maneuver or something. We have thought about that, and since it's attached to a simple mooring line, it's easy to adjust the length of the mooring line and how close you want it to the boat. A suggestion is that you maybe don't want to have it when you're maneuvering in the harbor in tight spaces, but when you travel on more open waters, it's easier to attach the Dragon and then maybe have a mooring line of a few meters. And then when you get into some tighter spaces, you might draw it in again.
You have to go into settings. And then you go to the settings. Sound. There you go. And then you go to LG signage. Click on that. Perfect. And now it should come out that way. Yeah, it should be. Yeah. Very good. Är det okej? Ja, men jag måste lägga det här.
Du är smart. Är du smart?
Men du måste ha lite tid. Eller lite längre. Där kan det bli inte.
Ja, den ligger där nere. Ja. Ska bara börja va?
Okej, give up again.
The ocean, it covers 70% of the planetary surface and is the main source for all living life. Yet people seem to take it for granted. But how is the ocean really feeling? We don't know because we lack all the information, data and information. Just like we could have a fever, changes in the ocean temperature also carries a message. And that's why we're standing here before you today, presenting to you the multifunctional sensor Air measuring air temperature and air pressure and temperature.
Scientists and organizations like up-to-date ocean-related data from all around the globe. They use the data to predict algal blooms, track the effect of climate change, deepen our understanding of species and changes in the ecosystem.
To fill the ocean data gaps, organizations like Ocean Data Factory and SMHI would like to involve more citizens in the data collection. Citizen initiatives involve individuals in monitoring water quality, documenting marine life sightings, and recording weather patterns. Fishermen's participation in sharing data on atmospheric pressure, temperatures, and water conditions, and fish can help researchers understand fish behavior and also improve their own fishing success.
So, did you know that some fish species gets tired from high air pressure and then stay inactive at the seabed? So then it will be difficult for fishermen to catch it. So therefore, you can help fishermen find the right condition for the fish that they're after and at the same time gather data for scientists.
Our solution is the Aerohoy, an atmospheric pressure and temperature sensor that is easily assembled and connected to a website.
Our product gives a solution for both the scientists that are in need of data and the recreational fishermen that want to catch fish more effectively.
You can assemble it together yourself or buy it already assembled from our website. And on our website, we have an easy to follow guide if you want to assemble it yourself. And then you just place it on your boat and let the air ahoy do its magic. The sensor collects data which you can report via a form on airohoy.com, and the website will be updated. You can access our website whenever you want, as well as the data from all other Air Ahoy users, as well as useful ocean statistics. It's a website for fishermen by fishermen to see if the conditions are right for the fish you're after. Oh.
Place your saber on a stable surface and take the black cable and lower it into the water. With some great music in the background. Leave the sensor in the water for 10 minutes. And then it's done. Oh, well. On our website, you have easy access to all the data collected by our citizen scientists. You have the opportunity to read more about the sensor, instructions for how to assemble it and how to use it, and how the data is safely collected. Here you can download all the data or just look it up on the website. You can learn more about our story, the importance of citizen science, and how you too can help fill the data gap with Air Ahoy. Thank you.
Well, would say the accuracy is pretty good. The temperature is quite exact, and the coordinates and the time. The air pressure is, we're working on it, kind of, yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Hi, guys. I'm Peter Carlson. I'm the CEO for a company called Combine, and we're contributing to the Ocean Data Factory with AI expertise. So my question was, you said it was voluntary to upload the data?
Yes, it is voluntary. Well, the point is to engage people, right? So, I mean, if you're engaged and want to make a difference, you could fill out the form. I mean, you don't have to upload your data since you must fill in the form and stuff like that. There is no function where it uploads directly. So yeah, it's completely voluntary. Yeah.
Sorry about the sound. No, it's fine. Okay, big hand for everyone.
Thank you. We're here to present AnchorWatch, the sensor that enables real-time observations of natural harbors. With approximately almost 1 million recreational boats in Sweden, it is fair to say that our coastlines are well traveled. And while this is positive in many ways, for example, by profiting the coastal tourism industry, it unfortunately also brings with it some negative consequences to the marine environment. One domain in which this negative impact is especially clear is natural harbors, where recreational boat activity harms both plants and animals living underwater. It does this in many ways, with some of the most prominent being fuel leakage, polluting the waters, anchoring, damaging the seabed, and cloudiness, obstructing plant photosynthesis. Thus, much recreational boat activity is closely linked to a distressed marine environment, and knowing what natural harbors are frequented the most is critical in order to take measures to protect them.
Knowing this, we present to you AnchorWatch, a sensor that gathers data regarding on how much recreational boat activity in different natural harbors experience, and in what time periods activity peaks. We aim to do this by enabling citizen scientists to build their own sensor and mount it in their local natural harbor. This sensor will then take pictures a few times per day and relay these images to our AnchorWatch website. Our website will enable even more citizen science by letting people count the number of boats in given images in our AnchorWatch game. Thus, over time, the data collection will result in a histogram over the recreational boat activity in said natural harbor. And as more citizen scientists get involved, the more data we will have available for research.
So the data regarding how much recreational boat activity different natural harbors experience is mainly of interest to two types of entities. And those that we've circled in are local authorities and marine researchers. So for the local authorities, the data could be the grounds for their decision-making and the work with protecting coastal environments. And for example, the municipality of Gothenburg have expressed an interest in the data as part of the decision-making process regarding where to prioritize the protection of coastal environments. And for marine researchers, on the other hand, the data could be used in order to better understand the impact that leisure boat activity has on the marine environment. For example, the marine researchers that we've been in contact with propose that the data could be used in order to study the impact on eelgrass or even certain types of fish. And additionally, the integration of AI and data science with AnchorWatch opens up a multitude of possibilities. And we believe that with the scale up of AnchorWatch, we'll be able to incorporate artificial intelligence and thus streamline the data collection process. By combining AI and data science with AnchorWatch, we believe that it has the potential to enhance the accuracy, efficiency, as well as the insights derived from the collected data.
Okay, so while we'll be talking this presentation, our sensor has already started collecting data. And now it's time to turn those images into data that we actually can use. So let's see if this works. Hold this. Oh. Okay, there we go. So in order to turn these images into real data, you can play our fun interactive game. So here you have pictures. There's no boats in this harbor, as you can see, but there's a lot of people. So let's say 110 people. And we submit that information, and then we go to the next picture. We can submit it without, if it's a bad picture, we submit it without pressing anything, and that data will be skipped. So yeah, you have a couple of pictures here. And this is an example of a real harbor then. So we can see that's one boat anchored in this harbor. And in this picture, 2 boats. And when you're tired of playing this fun game, you click on finish. And this will store all the data in a CSV file saved to both our website as well as to your computer. And this CSV file contains information about, it takes the data from different users and combine them and take the average number. That way we are sure that we get reliable data.
And with all that being said, we just like to thank you for listening today, and let's embark on this journey together where innovation meets sustainability and data empowers growth and change. Thank you for us. Feel free to reach out.
Great project. So you're doing a citizen science project with pictures. Everybody has a camera on the cell phone. So what was the point of having your own camera?
Okay, so if you were to go out every single day at a special time, I don't think many people would have the discipline to do this. So having a camera that's mounted there, taking picture reliable every 6 hours, we are sure that we will get data and that we don't miss any data. So we can get a good graph over the natural harbor and see how many boats are in there. Yeah.
Okay, next group. On 6.
Har du valt det då? Har du valt det? Nice. Ja. Presentation.
There we go.
Hi, our innovation is called Ocean Ears. And today we're going to talk about how you can help us and help the ocean at the same time. When you think of the ocean, the sound of the ocean, do you think about this?
Does not want to work.
Just imagine that we're playing some wave sounds. And then or do you think like this? And then we're playing some motorboat sounds. Obviously, we prefer the first one. A combination of the motorboat's engine and the propeller creates a sound that is amplified in water, which can cause ecosystems to get damaged and biodiversity to be threatened.
Because of this, we've created a new sensor called Ocean Ears. With it, citizen scientists can now record and measure underwater noise pollution created by motorboats in different areas. On our website, you will find all the necessary instructions for how you can build this sensor yourself and join our cause. You do not need any experience to build a sensor, but the build can be made advanced depending on your skill and budget. The key components include a Raspberry Pi, container, power supply, and a DIY hydrophone that you can build yourself according to our instructions.
So on our website, we have an interactive map showing all the locations where data have currently been collected. However, we are a small team of only 6 people, and there's a limit to how much data we can collect by ourselves. So right now we only have 2 data points where we have collected data. And although this data is very valuable, it's not enough for real change to take place. And that's a problem.
But that's where citizen science comes in. Through our website, citizens can upload their data when they have used our sensor and collect the data. This means that as more and more citizen scientists become involved in our project, this map will be filled out all along the coast. That way, we can bring the data collection up to scale
which will enable our data to have a real impact. Our ultimate vision is that our project will be brought up to scale and our interactive map will be filled out all around the world. This may seem overambitious, but we believe it's possible by utilizing citizen science.
So if we delve deeper into the collected data at one specific location, this is what it looks like at different timestamps. The graphs display frequency analysis of the audio that our sensor has picked up in the ocean. And as you can see in the graph to the right, with a high level of motorboat traffic, the general sound level as well as the frequencies are very different. But this is really where our job ends and where Transportstyrelsen takes over to process and analyze the data.
So why is all of this important? Transportstyrelsen has expressed a strong demand for underwater sound data along the coast. This is important for them when deciding which areas should be protected from motorboat traffic and where they should put speed restrictions. By using our data, they will be enabled to take the proper data-driven actions in order to protect the marine life. This is something that we're very excited about since it can have a real positive impact. So, to summarize, by becoming a citizen scientist with us, we can transform the motorboat industry into something more sustainable and bring back the sound of the ocean. Thank you very much.
Just, have you thought about how would you motivate citizens to join and to invest? Any thoughts about that?
The question was, how can you motivate citizen scientists to join our cause? I think there's a lot of interest regarding acoustics and audio design and hydrophones in general. We have noticed on the internet there's a lot of people engaged in collecting sound data for other purposes, maybe music or for their own pleasure, yeah, enjoyment. So I think there's a natural engagement in this.
Hallå?
Yeah, the evolution of the water sports industry has never been this exciting and innovative. The new environmental demands and the need to sail faster has resulted in completely new technology that seemed impossible just 10 years ago and now available to the general population. This new technology is foiling, flying on water. When using foiling equipment, both users and developers must take into account how temperature affects the lift produced by foils. This is because temperature greatly affects the water's viscosity, and the viscosity greatly affects the foil's performance. Hence, users need data to improve their performance and make modifications, while developers need it to understand what foils should be manufactured for what areas. And competing sailors must also consider water temperature because it impacts wind behavior. Due to the fact that foiling is the water sports industry's future, there will always be a significant demand for temperature data.
Water temperature data is also vital for researchers, enabling them to understand marine ecosystems, track climate change impacts, and protect biodiversity. By involving citizens in data collection, we amplify research efforts and work towards sustainable future for our oceans.
Our affordable sensor for 800 crowns, which makes use of a Raspberry Pi and a digital thermometer, is easily installable on a buoy just like this. This buoy is used as a rounding mark in many different water sports, as you can see on the screen. Our idea is to place these buoys around with different water sport clubs and collect our data or live data uploaded to our beautiful website, which you can see here, for our lovely users.
Yes, and this data you can see right here. And as long as the sensor has a steady power supply, the data will continuously be uploaded live to our website using an embedded server. Now, the server recognizes if the location you're measuring has prior history data. And if it does, your data complements the already existing graph. If not, a new graph is created using the new data. And this works because our code retrieves and saves all data in a SQL database accessible to everybody using our sensor.
A new level of innovation and excitement has been brought to the water sport industry by foiling. And our sensor will help fulfill the growing need for the data required to efficiently sail and surf with this new gear. Additionally, because our sensor is upgradable, salinity and pH readings can also be added to provide even more detailed information. And our goal is to provide the water sport community all around the globe with access to this data by mounting our sensor to a buoy and connecting it directly to our website. So join us on this thrilling journey as we aspire to transform the water sport industry and truly become leading in our digital world.
Here's a question.
Yeah. So the question was if for the electrical motorboats, foiling's become a big thing because it reduces drag and makes more energy efficient systems. So the question was if you're currently changing the foils to adapt to new water temperatures. And since the technology is quite new still, they haven't gotten at a enough specific level where they're starting to adapt the foils. The manufacturers are starting to adapt the foils. So we think that's the next step to specify the market so that, okay, the water in Sweden is colder than the water in Spain. Then maybe we should have different foils that are better adapted for the viscosity in the water here. So that's one aspect of our how we think the temperature data may be used by the market to segment it into different market segments.
The world's oceans are changing. The consequences of human behavior can be seen both above but also beneath the surface. In order for us to understand these changes, we need to understand our oceans, and for that, we need data. Therefore, we have created an opportunity to make a difference, an opportunity we call PHIL.
So, this is PHIL, a pH meter meant to be used by citizen scientists to help fill the ocean data gap and gather pH data. Our sensor uses a low-cost pH meter and a Raspberry Pi computer, but it's mainly made from accessible materials such as standard tubes and simple electronics. Having all the required building and coding guides available on our webpage makes it possible for anyone,
anywhere to make their own fill and contribute with data. The data will be accessible on our webpage, showing a graph of pH and its location, but it could also be downloaded in its raw format.
Okay, but why is pH data needed? We chose to measure pH since it's one of the largest data gaps we have in the oceans. Few people know about the fact that pH varies a lot in coastal areas, both daily and seasonally. This variation is largely caused by biological activity, but the true extent of the variations are not thoroughly understood. It is vital that we map the present in order to understand the future. If we lose control of these variations due to climate change, their peaks and valleys could become so extreme that organisms come to harm, and the consequence could be a large loss of biodiversity.
So, who will use fill? Well, fill's main users will be divers, since they experience the consequences of a decreasing pH level in our oceans firsthand. And after talking to many divers, it is clear that they are eager to preserve and improve the state of our oceans. By using fill, the scope of their dive will widen from just being an adventure to also helping preserve the well-being of the oceans as well as the future of diving.
However, we will not be focusing on the individual diver, but the diving community. A majority of all dives occurs in groups, and by targeting these diving clubs and diving associations, we want to lower the threshold for the individual to use our sensor. Our goal is to make fill a part of the diving routine and to make sure that every new diver learns from their first dive how to fill these ocean data gaps.
Okay, so today, divers use many different gadgets and sensors, and there's also a routine of sharing that data and information to the community and other divers. Therefore, the step to also bring fill to a dive won't be too far stretch, since it will be easily integrated and with their existing equipment and customs. The sensor is designed in such a way that it won't jeopardize neither the safety nor the quality of the dive. The divers could either choose to strap the sensor to the tubes or leave it stationary by the boat. Using fill is a natural next step without demanding too much of the divers, reassuring them to contribute with citizen science. So join us on our mission to collect data and help us fill the gap. Thank you very much.
No, so because we wanted to use it for divers, then there's no way you can make it real-time data because of physics. But the thing is that so we have made a program that is very user-friendly. So once you start a program, it will ask you, do you want to take a measurement or do you want to send the data? And when you just say that you want to send the data, then it does everything automatically and it uploads it directly to the website where it's shown, and the coordinates and the timestamps are shown as well.
So, does anyone here recognize this? Some of you perhaps, yeah. If you're part of the 1.7 million recreational fishermen in Sweden, then you definitely do. It's called a sea trout, havsöring in Swedish, and it's one of the most popular catches here on the West Coast. Unfortunately, the sea trout, along with many other fish, is threatened by rising sea temperatures.
So we have identified 3 crucial forces affecting the industry of recreational fishing. The first one is the previously mentioned temperature rises. Second one is new technology. And the third one is an environmentally aware community. And our goal is to combine these three forces and enable anglers to contribute to citizen science. Introducing Tempura, a low-cost, easy-to-build sensor that measures temperature while you fish, specifically designed for recreational fishermen.
Tempura collects subsurface temperature data at a depth of 3 meters. It also collects the time and position so that the data user receives all relevant information about the data. Here you can see a demonstration of the sensor deployed on a fishing boat. As you can see, everything is contained inside of the box. While the temperature sensor itself is mounted on the end of a cable that's lowered into the water. The data collection begins automatically when you turn it on, and when you're done, you simply pull it up again and you can be on your merry way.
Tempura consists of 4 main components: a Raspberry Pi computer, a GPS module, and a LCD display, along with the temperature sensor, which is 5 meters long. The live data readings can be seen on the display, and the preliminary cost of the first prototype is 1,600 Swedish crowns, approximately $150 US. Here you can see a visualization of the data collected by us so far. It shows the temperature, the position, and time accurately. And currently, the data transfer is done via our website, but soon we will create the infrastructure to handle it automatically.
But that's not all. Not only will Tempura turn your fishing excursion into a scientific adventure, you'll also be part of a community of fellow fishermen who share the same passion for fishing and scientific curiosity. We have already been in contact with with organizations such as Sportfiskarna and Fisker, who have both shown interest in collaborating with us in creating this platform. Such a collaboration would allow you to connect with other participants, share your findings, and learn from each other's experiences.
We believe that the current circumstances call for a product just like this. And in an industry where these 3 forces affect the future of recreational fishing, Tempura is part of the solution. And if you want to join in our endeavor, then be sure to head to our website and join the Tempura community. Thank you for listening. Yeah, so the question was if this is applicable for fishermen who stand by the shore instead of on a boat. And that's actually the reason we made this sensor like this, is so that you can use it both while standing on a dock and on the boat. So it works the same way, either if you're on a boat or if you're standing by the dock. Yeah, yeah.
Wow, huh? I want everybody to stand up and jump up and down. Wow, huh? Woo! Amazing, 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 amazing. I can't believe what I just saw today. So well done, so well done. I had like to invite, would you please come up on the stage? We have a visitor here from Australia who has been listening. And she would like to share a few words, some reflections from what she's seen today. Please, and if you can introduce yourself as well.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah, my name is Zixu Guo. Yeah, I'm all the way from Australia, Sydney here. But my initial plan to come to this beautiful city is actually working with Dr. Zhang for another project. But she said, oh, sorry, Zixu, I have a mini conference to attend on Monday. If you have interest, you can come along. So I look at the schedule. It sounds like research, because I'm from information system discipline. I said, okay, I come along to attend some research conference. But when I walk into this, did I come to the right place? There are so many students here. Then when I look at here, all the Beetle posts, I realized, oh, That's actually something even more interesting. Why? Because I'm actually the deputy head for our School of Information System for education. So my whole job is to develop innovative classes for the students, to develop the students' skills for the future. I sort of conference called mini conference, but I don't think so. I think that's a mini conference for the ground challenger. Everything you are doing here is just so impressive. So because every single project you are doing is actually make the world a better place to live. See, everything you are proposing here is, oh, I never heard about this one, but I found it so useful, so meaningful. So you really should feel proud, give yourself another clap. It's really, really good. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. So I actually now I think my interest become even more interested on the course itself. I want to talk to the professor to ask how the course being designed, developer, because that's all something we need to do for the student, because you are the future of the society. Thank you so much.
Okay, I think we all deserve a break now. So fantastic. We will meet back at 14:35 for our two keynotes. So please mingle. There'll be people wandering around asking lots of questions as well. So yeah, enjoy the break. Thank you.